Alright, much Abrew time. Mono white Tron in modern. And we're a Tron piece away from this being great. Urza's mine. Go. I mean, we're a Tron piece away from like a turn 4 Ulamog, which is pretty good. Bloodstained Mire. Opponent cracks it. We'll see. We'll see. Steam Vents. Is this Storm? Could be like Grixis, Delver / Control. Play Tower. Run out our Mana Rock. Pass the turn. Scalding Tarn for our opponent. Players is mine. Run out Walking Ballista. Opponent cracks. Are they actually going to fight over this? Gets an island. Alright, opponent Mana Leaks. Well, it's not Storm. Storm does not play Mana Leak. So probably Grixis Control. Maybe Jeskai. Bloodstained Mire makes you think Grixis. Let's see what we draw. Wrath of God. Alright, pass the turn. One thing we've learned playing this deck is the mana is actually pretty problematic. That has been a reoccurring theme of having white cards that are difficult to cast. Bloodstained Mire. Opponent cracks it. Swamp. And Ops. So maybe this is like Delver? Alright, there's a Tasker. Well, let's Path. If our opponent taps out to protect it, it's kind of high risk. Because we could just Tron piece, play something huge. What they don't know is if we draw our Tron piece, they get Ulamogged. Well, we drew a Tron piece. Pass the turn. Polluted Delta for our opponent. And passes. Well, pass the turn. Yeah, this mana, I don't know. I don't know about this mana base. We've spent a lot of time not casting anything, thanks to the lack of white mana. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I guess there goes Thalia's Lancers. Now we're even further away from casting white cards. Steam Vents for our opponent. It's not just that we have colored cards. Like, Tron deck can play colored cards. But we have a lot of double white cards, which means we actually need a significant amount of white mana to have our deck function. Solemn. If it resolves, it gets us white mana, but it looks like, yeah, opponent's going to counter. Makes sense. Well, we are just hoping we luck into our Tron piece, really. I think that's where we're at now. If we luck into Tron piece, we Ulamog and win, but there's only 4 Urza's Power Plants in our deck. Opponent. Beaten down with Snappy. Yep. Down to 17. We will draw more Karns and pass the turn. It's a lot of Karns. Electrolyze down to 15. Polluted Delta for our opponent. Gets in. Down to 13. Well, let's try to Solemn again. And there's the Mana Leak. We're getting pretty close to just being dead. Watery Grave tapped. Opponent. Blood Crypt. Opponent's got all kinds of lands. Get in with Snapcaster. Come on, deck! We need a Tron piece, I guess. No, that's a white card that we can't cast. Pass the turn. Scalding Tarn. Opponent. It's in with Snapcaster. Down to 9. Getting close to that Bolt Snap Bolt range. Oh boy. Well, pass the turn. Yikes. I don't know. This game is... this game in specific is kind of turning me off to the idea of this deck a bit. Opponent gets in with Snapcaster. Down to 7. I don't even think we have draws now. I don't think that even casting Ulamog saves us. And we will draw another double white card. And pass the turn. There's the Snapcaster. And that does it. I mean, there's no way we come back from here, unfortunately. Were we going to draw anything? Well, we would have got the power plant in a few turns, but not enough. Wow! All right, that was interesting. Not really sure what to say about that one. Well, I think we go down these Wraths because they're essentially uncastable in our deck. Probably want Rest in Pieces. Potentially want Leylines of Sanctity. Linvala and Wormcoil could also be good in this matchup. I think we go down Elish Norn. I think we go down an Ulamog. What else are we cutting? Maybe Oblivion Stone's not very good. It's gonna blow up our stuff that we want sitting on the battlefield. Go down an Elspeth. And then I guess maybe it's just walking ballistas that are just gonna get fatal pushed. Let's try it like that. Alright, we get to play first. And we'll try this. Leyline of Sanctity's good. We have white mana. We're not especially close to Tron, but if this Mana Rock sits out, we get to our Solemns pretty quickly. So that seems reasonable. And then maybe we just draw into our Tron stuff later in the game. Alright, there's a Plains. Run out our Mana Rock. Opponent cracks. Are they actually countering this? Ugh, that would be sad. Then it looks like they are. There's a Spell Snare. Well, now we definitely need to draw another land. Our opponent should have a lot of dead cards in their deck, thanks to this Leyline. Burn spells that aren't very good. Discard spells that aren't very good. So their hand's probably not as good as 6 cards would suggest. Play Ghost Quarter, pass the turn. Well, we're 1 land away from starting to play Magic. Blood Crypt untapped. Opponent is being pretty cavalier with their life total. Oh boy. Alright, land go. Or no land go, rather. Vendilion click. Well, path the click. Hope like crazy our opponent takes a card and we draw into a land. They do not. Opponent puts a Spell Snare to the bottom. Plays Polluted Delta. Cracks Polluted Delta. Gets an island. Snapcaster. Forcer Visions. Yep. Bottom top. Opponent passes. Land? No, sir. Oh boy. Ooh. The only card we've cast this entire match was a Leyline, and that's only because you get to put it on the battlefield for free before the game starts. Land? Alright, there's a land. So now we get to start trying to cast things. Solemn, counter number 1. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a tap land. Gets in with Snapcaster. Down to 16. Snapcaster, Forcer Visions. Bottoms and tops. Well, play the land. Play Thalia's Lancers. Another counter. Pass the turn. Opponent's out of 3 cards in hand. Will we resolve a spell? The age-old question. Opponent opts. Scries to the top. Serum Visions. Top. Ugh. That probably means more counters. Gets in with the Snapcasters. Down to 12. Play Thalia's Lancers. Logic not. The counters keep flowing. Are we just going to get tempoed out by these Snapcasters? Play Polluted Delta. Opponent gets in. Down to 8. And passes. Thalia's Lancers. Please? Please, Magic Gods? It would have been nice to draw 1 more land, and we could have went like Solemn plus Rest in Peace. Let's take Gaia Reach. Play Gaia Reach. I think we gotta tutor up lands. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks Delta. Gets a Swamp. Electrolyze. Draws a card. Ops. Scries to the top. Colligan's Command. Well, the question is, does Wormcoil resolve? That is the only question. Opponent gets in. If it does, we're in good shape still, even after all this. Players is mine. Play Wormcoil. Did they find another counter? Wow. Alright. They found Ceremonious Rejection, and that's the game. Oh my god. Oh, Mono White Tron. Yikes. Brutal. Brutal. Interesting.
Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, take a minute and click that subscribe button. It's a great way to support the channel for free, and you'll find the next video in the playlist right here.